My daily routine by David Gavilan. My routine on Monday to Friday is like this. In the morning, I always wake up at 5 o'clock or 5 a.m. Yes, after half an hour, yes, I head up and I go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I take a shower, I brush my teeth, and I shave my face and I wash my face. Yes, in the bathroom, I am around for 10 or 20 minutes. Yes, after the bathroom, I head dressed and I go to kitchen and I have breakfast. I always eat eggs, bread, white chocolate. Sometimes I eat cereal, white milk. It is 6:15 a.m. As I goodbye of my dad and I leave of my house. Yes. Okay. At 6:45 a.m. I arrive to town and I take a bus in the bus station in the downtown. Usually, I arrive to work at 8 o'clock. Yes, in the work. I normally I attend many technical support gates with the customers or the usernames. Yes, and I speak with my coworkers. At 10 o'clock, I drink a cup of coffee, and usually or rarely or often, yes, I eat fruits. For example, apple, banana, orange, tangerine, tangerine, yes, or I eat bread or cookies. Yes, and at 1 o'clock I have lunch. I always bring my lunch of my house. Yes, normally my sister make the lunch. Yes, sometimes I have lunch in a restaurant, but always I have a lunch in the office or my work. Yes. After lunch, I keep working for 3 hours more. Oh. After work, I leave my office at 5:30 p.m. Yes, and I take a bus back home. During the ride back home, yes, I listen to music. I listen to radio. I read books in my cell phone, or I sleep. Yes. In the night, I always leave my house at 8 o'clock or 8 p.m. I prepare to dinner of my dad. Yes, and I play while my cell phone for 10 minutes. I play while my cell phone. I play sometimes. I don't play every day. I don't play while my cell phone every day. Yes. Later in the night, I study for 2 hours when I listen to music or I drink a cup of coffee. Sometimes I drink two cups or coffee. Yes. At 11 p.m. I brush my teeth and I shave my face and I go to sleep. Now on weekends. My daily routine on weekends. Yes. On weekends in the morning, usually I head up at 8 o'clock or 8 a.m. Yes. When I head up, I walk. I left to walk. I left to walk near to house. Yes. I have breakfast at 10 o'clock. Also, I clean the house. For example, I wash the dishes, I wash the bathroom, and I wash the laundry room. Yes, I clean the house. I do various activities. Yes. At noon, always I always cook the lunch. For example, I like to cook chicken, spaghetti, and meat. Yes. I always cook the rice in the lunch. Yes. After lunch, I study in my room. Yes. I study for 5 hours. When I listen to music for concentrate. In the night, I watch videos in my computer. Also, I play games in the computer. I search when I watch YouTube. I search videos of politics, engineer, technology, travels, or tourism. Yes. In the web, I search tourist place for travel. Yes. I like to travel. I thought I read books. I read books for philosophy, engineering, technology, and among others. Yes. At 10 o'clock or 10 p.m. Yes, I always brush my teeth and I wash my face and I always go to the sleep. Thanks, and this is my daily routine.